It's meant to be, you guys are meant to be the best student section in the country. Obviously, this 4 years didn't go how I planned or how I wanted to go, but I'm ready for the world. I want to be able to get through what I got through without everybody here. Just the morning. So thank you to the best fans in the country. Unfortunately, this will not be my last year.
Paige Bueckers is returning to UConn for one more season. And this is very, very exciting news for UConn fans because this season was not the season that they expected. With 5 players out for the season on injury, Paige is returning for another year. So we're gonna see what she can make happen. Maybe next year is a year for UConn to have a very healthy season and to be very, very successful. But one thing's for sure is that we all know that this team that UConn had this year, there were plans for this team to do very, very well, but it just didn't turn out that way. It just did not turn out that way, and it, you know, it is what it is. So this was their senior night for UConn, and Paige, she's like, okay, all of this talk about is she going to go to the WNBA? Is she not going to go to the WNBA? She's like, hey, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. She said, I know everybody wants me to address the elephant in the room. Unfortunately, this will not be my last senior night here at UConn. I am coming back. And the crowd went wild after that. So we know that Paige Bueckers has had she was on top of the world in her freshman year for UConn, and then she got hurt. You know, she missed last season due to a torn ACL. And this year she's doing everything she can for UConn, but she's playing out of position. Yes, she's leading the team in scoring and field goal percentage and whatnot, but this isn't the team they were expecting. So I do want to hear what y'all have to say about Paige Bueckers deciding to return back to the team, because yeah, it's pretty it's good news for fans. So just to run down the list of players who are injured right now for UConn is Carolyn Ducharme with a head and neck issue. We don't really know if she will ever return back to women's basketball. We have Aubrey Griffin, who tore her ACL. We have Ayanna Patterson, who there was hope for her to be able to play this season, but it turns out no, she won't be able to do it. Yeah, so she is out because she had to undergo season-ending knee surgery. We have AZ Fudd, who will be back next year. She tore her ACL. We have Janet El Alfie, who tore her Achilles when she was playing in Egypt. She was playing for Egypt in the FIBA U19 World Cup. So lots and lots of injuries. Amari DeBerry, same thing. Like, so there's basically what I'm trying to say is UConn did not have the roster that they were intending to have this season. And with AZ Fudd coming back next year, with Paige Bueckers coming back next year, we're gonna have an opportunity. And with some recruits coming to UConn, we're gonna have an opportunity to see what they can do next year, because this era of UConn women's basketball, it was pegged to be very dominant, right? There was a lot of hype around AZ Fudd and Paige Bueckers, and you know, and that it never happened. and Aaliyah Edwards. But the hype was more than the result that we got, because the result that we got were injuries. And so next year, it will be Paige Bueckers' last year for women's college basketball. And we will see what she can do. We will really, really see what she can do for the game. Nicholas says UConn next year could be incredibly scary. Yeah, they could be. They could be. Michelle says, good for Paige Bueckers coming back, but for the past 3 consecutive years, they have dealt with injuries, not a full team. Hopefully year 4 will break the curse. Yeah, they haven't lived up to what we expected because of the injuries. Yeah. It's tough when you think that you're going to have a good run, and then one person goes down, another person goes down, and it's just like, man, we just running down the court with Aaliyah Edwards, Paige Bueckers, and a bunch of freshmen. that's what we doing, and Nika Mule. Like, that's what we doing. So yeah. Oh yes, thank you for the fact check. Appreciate you, Jan Michael. Yes, I forgot that she did redshirt. Yeah, she did redshirt. So yeah, she does have two more years. Thank you so much for that fact check. Bree Wayne says Angel Reese is probably going to come back for a 5th season. We'll see. I have not seen a announcement from her, but she can come back if she wants to. So yeah, this does put a huge wrench in the WNBA draft. With Caitlin seeming like she probably will return to Iowa another year, to Paige Bueckers saying that she's going to come back, to Angel hasn't said either way, but I feel like Angel's probably going to come back to LSU next year. It makes it makes the draft it affects the draft a lot. So I think I will need to do a little bit of thinking in terms of like, okay, well, if these players don't enter the WNBA draft, who do I think will take their place? I think I'll have to do a little bit of thinking around that. But yeah, that's sort of the latest news about Paige Bueckers. She is returning to UConn next year. All is well in Husky land. They have their star back for one more season at least. All right, guys. As I mentioned, I did want to just like briefly give a WNBA update for y'all.